Jordy, there were different momentum swings throughout the game, but when you look at towards the end, you guys got it to a 2-point possession game at the end of that third. Just what was just the main obstacle in that critical moment?
Yeah, I think the inability to get stops. Obviously, you have to shoot a little bit better to win, but I would say the same thing. Like, what you can control is to take the right ones and the good ones. And I think we did. And, it just comes down to some games you're going to need a few extra stops and a few extra finished possessions and those winning plays. And even though I think we tried hard, it's where we want to continue to see growth. And today there was a better competitiveness, a more of a connected group, and now we have to stay the course to be able to overcome certain moments of the game. But positives, you got to clean up and learn from the negatives and then move on to the next game.
Not necessarily just limited to this game, but the last several games. Could you speak to how Yegor seems to have progressively getting more confident and more comfortable? Yeah,
I mean, it's a statement right there. You made it yourself, and I agree with you. I think he, we all believe that he belongs. It's just like you keep seeing plays that, some of the plays that caught my eye, and, like the way he shoots and he gets to spots, and, obviously you need to learn. He needs to grow on the defensive end, being more proactive instead of reactive. I think right there is where he can catch some of the drives and communicate better and learn the schemes. He's a smart kid. We're going to keep challenging him to do those things, and he will. But I'm very happy where he's at right now and what he's shown. How aggressive he was. 11 field goal attempts is a good number, and 5 assists to 1 turnover against a team that is very aggressive and very handsy. I think that shows growth right there. So happy with him and proud of the group.
How do you think, kind of staying on that track, Yegor's teammates and especially on offense sort of respond to his presence in terms of their activity, their shot quality? Like, how do you think he affects the other 4 offensive players on the floor?
In a positive way. I mean, if he's got 5 assists, 1 turnover, 16 points, and he shoots 3 for 8 from 3, it's all positive. It helps because of many reasons. Because he touches the paint and sprays, because of the shot making. They need to close to him harder so he can kick the ball. All those things are positive. Like I said, the challenge here is sustaining this and then going into the defensive end and being more efficient and learning through these minutes.
Nick has been, of late, been really efficient offensively as a driver and scorer, also a playmaker, just operating the offense at a very high level. Just what have you seen from him in terms of growth on that end to begin the year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with what I'm seeing from Nick. Like you said, efficiency, true shooting, however you want to call it, obviously shooting very well the free throws. We've all seen it, how he's worked all this summer with Dave Love and the rest of the coaches. And right there, he's got to sustain it for 82, but all this work is paying off. And there's going to be some ups, there's going to be some downs, but we will support him and we believe in him because we see the day-to-day work. Right now, he's doing a good job also driving to the rim and being aggressive and also finding his teammates. The challenge is, can he get to that 4+ assists per game? And, those steps are important. And then from there, rebound at a high level, defense, especially on the defensive end. So that's the biggest challenge right now for him. But overall, his performance, very happy with when he plays with energy. He affects everybody else, all his teammates.
And then with Dayron out, you went with Noah playing some center minutes instead of bringing Danny in. Just what went into that decision?
Just Noah's got right now the experience, the opportunities will come for everybody is my decision. So I just went with Noah because I've seen him multiple times, and that's pretty much it.
With Zaire, not necessarily limiting it, again, just to this game, but the last 3 or 4 games, what have you seen from his shot, and what does he need to do to get back to shooting the way he was earlier in the year?
Yeah, I think if he impacts the game defensively the same way he did last year, which he was elite at pressuring the ball, deflections, and pick and roll defense, all those things, the shots are going to go in. You can build your confidence in many different ways, and sometimes if missing shots affects you, which I understand we're all emotional, it can affect you. It cannot affect your defense. So that's my challenge for him is, to bring his superpower to every game because he can control that, and then keep letting it fly. And if it's 0 for 8 one day, but he helps us win, I take it. And the day that he makes the game, he's going to help us win on both ends. So, a missed shot is not a bad thing. A lot of times a good missed shot is an offensive rebound. A good missed shot is not a turnover. Like all those things. I'm not concerned about his missed shots because I know, once again, he works at it. I know they're going to go in the long run and all that stuff. So I just want him to bring his contagious energy that impacts the game and impacts his teammates.